Hello, how are you? Today I've brought you an absolutely wonderful cake recipe. It has no flour, no butter, no milk, and no added sugar, but it tastes incredible. This cake is famous on the internet, and I've made my own healthy version of it. It's very quick, easy, inexpensive, perfect for breakfast, and great for an afternoon snack. If you have a bit of a sweet tooth, it can even be served as dessert. Stick around until the end, you'll love it. First of all, if you're new here, welcome. Take a moment to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. I post new videos every day. Wonderful, affordable, quick, and easy recipes every day. Let's get started with our recipe. Just a quick reminder, the ingredients, quantities, nutritional information, and related videos will all be listed down below. And where's the description? Right here, next to the video title, there's an arrow. Click on it and a tab will open with all this information, carefully organized for you. And let me tell you, I'll also leave some cake recipes there. Cookies, crackers, great options for snacks and breakfast. These playlists will be there to help you out. The first thing I'm going to add to my blender is the eggs. We're going to blend everything in here. This recipe is really easy. So the eggs will help add protein and bring more balance to our recipe. Now I'll add the banana. Very ripe, even with some black spots. The riper it is, the sweeter it will be, and obviously we won't need to use any sugar. To bring out even more sweetness, I'm going to add cinnamon. But besides that, you know that cinnamon helps with insulin sensitivity. Now I'm adding the oats to get that consistency we're looking for. They're a great source of healthy carbs and have a nice neutral flavor. Oats also contain fiber and protein, so they end up being a great option for us to add to our recipes. I'm also going to add baking powder here, and let's blend our batter. When you make this recipe, let me know in the comments how it turned out. I'd love to know. Let's blend this well. I want to remind you that I also have a really cool video here talking about which type of oats is best. Because sometimes you ask me if you can use oat bran or oat flour. Yes, you can, but the differences will be in the calorie content, the amount of carbs, and so on. And I have a video talking about the best type of oats, so if you want to know which one to choose, you can watch that video too. Let's blend it. Look, everything is blended here. Let's pour it into the baking dish. I put it in this dish here. It looks nice. You don't necessarily need to grease it, but if you want to remove it from the dish later, you can grease it with a little coconut oil. If you don't want to, it's not necessary. Look, this is the consistency of the batter. You always like it when I show you, right? I'm going to scrape everything out so we don't waste a single drop. I already gave it a good stir because the egg yolk broke and was sticking to the side of the blender. So I ended up opening it halfway to stir, but you don't need to. Especially if you're using a hand mixer or that classic blender, there's no problem at all. Now, let's bake this batter in the oven at 360 degrees. But before putting it in the oven, almost forgot, a very important detail. I'm going to add a bit of chocolate here with at least 70% cocoa. The one I'm using is 85%, but if you have 70% or whichever chocolate you prefer, I'll try to arrange it nicely. If you have those chocolate chips, you can use them too, but it actually ends up being cheaper to buy a good quality chocolate bar and cut it into cubes like this, into pieces, because usually good quality chocolate chips are quite expensive. But of course, if you have them, you can use them as well, okay? So we just put them on top like this, making it look nice. And as for the amount you want to use, that's up to you. It's your choice. Remember that I also have a video here on the channel talking more about chocolate, the benefits of chocolate for our health. I have a video talking about a good substitute for chocolate. If you're allergic or get migraines, I'll leave that down here for you as well. I think that's enough chocolate for now. I'm going to bake it now in the oven at 360 degrees, and I'll be right back to show you how it turned out. Look, it was 23 minutes in my oven at 360 degrees. For yours, it'll be between 20 and 25. Just do the regular toothpick test. I'm going to cut a piece here so you can see what it looks like inside, its texture. Look how beautiful that is. It's really hot. I don't want to burn myself. Let me try it this way instead. I'll need a cloth to hold it. Hang on a second. Look how beautiful our cake turns out. Make it at home. You're going to love it. Look at its consistency. No one believes there's no kind of flour in here. Look at this. I think you don't need any kind of sugar or sweetener if you use a really sweet banana and cinnamon, but as an option, you can also add a bit of honey, demerara, or brown sugar, which will add calories and carbohydrates, or xylitol or some non-caloric sweetener that is heat stable to bake. I have a playlist here on the channel talking about the different types of sugar and sweeteners. You can check it out there. But try it this way the first time and then let me know. Tell me if you're going to sweeten it or not, if you're going to add those drops on top or not. I'd love to see your comment. Give the video a like, it really helps me out, and share it with anyone who needs it. Let's spread this chain of good together. That's what I want here on the channel. See you next time. Bye. It's really hot.